Channel, Chanel Lingenfelder. I am Kuthumi. Greetings dear ones. Inspiration is a wonderful gift, which you need to get you going. We shared during the last transmission about cognizance, and once understood, will bring you into a continual space of inspiration. Once you are able to transcend the transgressions of the limited mind and proceed onto the freeway of forgiveness and non-judgment and tapping into what unconditional love really is about, an upward propulsion of true self-realization sets its higher essence into motion for you to discover samadhi. What inspires you? Different strokes for different folks, as they say. Inspiration comes in many different forms, yet if you feel unable to understand and perceive what excites you, nothing will. What does the essence of understanding and perception mean to you? What does it mean to anyone? Think back of yourself as a little one, learning all sorts of things. You were taught the alphabet, to count, etc., in whatever language, form, and presentation. At first you didn't understand anything as you simply did what you were taught. Then when the thinking and perceiving brain started blossoming, you slowly started understanding what you've been taught. Why would I need to learn to count? Well, unless you learn to do so, you probably won't make it very far. You won't be able to work with money and figures, thus things in general will be very difficult to understand. You realize this especially once you begin to grasp the necessity of understanding your alphabet and how letters format into words, sentences, and thus facilitates communication. Obviously, there are exceptions. The same goes for when we introduce ideas and teachings that may be new to you. Unless you are able to perceive the concept thereof, understanding it may be challenging. Once you can do so and integrate this, a new world unfolds. A state of constant inspiration. When looking at things from a higher or different perspective, all becomes clear. Like the meditation we taught over a few years, once you see this in the light it was taught, it all makes sense. Thus, the method reveals its reasons as your perception thereof becomes clear. Next, the spiral of new life awakens, and inspiration bursts forth. When one is uninspired to better your life and broaden your horizons, thus choosing not to educate, or uninterested to learn more about subjects that may be of interest, everything stagnates. Many wishes to explore life, to create better circumstances along with the financial abundance to do so, yet unable because of a lack of inspiration. The result is that they tend to blame everything and everyone, bar the self. It is for that reason that many fall short or by the wayside when they feel forced to be in a job against their will. We discussed transforming that with a fuel injection of inspiration by seeing your job as your place of daily experience. Thus, to see how you can improve your day by adding to the experience instead of hating it, which drains you and tarnish the experience. The same way, the more you allow a child to perceive why they need to go to school, the quicker they will understand that their input in the project called school is entirely for their own benefit. They may initially entertain the fact that the benefit thereof is solely to make the parent proud, as that is how the brain functions. When it comes to the proverbial give and take scenario of reward, things become entangled, as most often the lower ego takes control. I will be a good boy or girl because if I learn my ABC, my mommy and daddy will be so proud of me to allow me this or that. And if I can learn to count properly, I will definitely get another lollipop. This is a typical base chakra scenario of what's in it for me. But when a child starts to understand why they need to learn things, they unleash their inner preceptor, teacher, and once there's a spark of interest in what they are doing, their understanding thereof becomes natural. Make them aware that everything they apply themselves to becomes the foundational plans for where they want to be in life, and soon enough they'll start projecting their dreams and desires. How? They become inspired by the idea, and in no time at all energy flows into the direction of their interest and learning becomes exciting. You may have noticed, this is playing out more and more amongst the very young. Inspiration shifts surviving into thriving. It is your choice whether you wish to procreate, even duplicate, or in more obsessive situations perhaps clone yourself. Thus, a droplet of yourself coupled with a droplet of another amalgamate, and through the miracle of creation your offspring is blessed with the breath of life. They may scream and shout and carry on like you did, or you can teach them from the start how to become inspired, and when they are old enough to understand, which is very young these days, to perceive things in a different light. Beloveds, this is the way of the new you, ageless and timeless. I can sit and babble here until you are blue in the face. When it comes to educating the self, on any level, there are no shortcuts. Perhaps at times you may deem some of the teachings that you are given by whomever to be somewhat trivial, but you need to get those very teachings out from under your belt, beyond the lower chakras, for the new you to shine through. Every single person is given a chance to become anew, on levels they feel comfortable with. By continuing with life in the old way, with the old you, thus old understandings and outdated perceptions, things will become rather challenging, for this is a new time. You are in process of waking up in a new world and it is happening, believe me, it is happening. Some may cry that it is not happening fast enough, yet, cry baby, get over it, it is happening. For things to happen faster there needs to be an understanding of why it is happening. Now is the time to get inspired, to be inspirited, to be inspired by something different, the new you. Each and every one of you that are breaking out of the old, thus birthing from yourself as you create this amazing chrysalis to evolve from and ascend in consciousness, is becoming the evolution that you dream about. You deserve this. As each go about experiencing change, change happens within the collective network which inspires great shifts. Many relate to this energy as nervousness, feeling uneasy. This shift creates a new inspirational platform that invites everyone onto its stage. It beckons all to bring your new talents and perceptions, let us sit together and create an exciting new understanding amongst each another. In so doing, let us share this with others for them to become inspired so that they too can awaken their inner awareness and through that birth greater self-realization. As previously mentioned, self-awareness is on par with unconditional love, it is something so huge and phenomenal, yet exists within every micro-pinprick of awareness. This can be achieved through the gift of inspiration. Embodied solar self along with the powerful solar flares, refined sparkles or pockets of light are released onto your planet to aid the new energy. The higher self along with your spirit solar, sacred light, self, facilitates this transformation to awaken the personality aspect of your divine embodied solar self. During meditative or altered states you receive this as light quotient which personally and physically feel as an elevation of energy. Energy is energy, yet how you manipulate it, is what transforms. Once you are able to release the shock, trauma, and thought forms attached to transition or death, and be at peace with it, understanding through acceptance, you cross the major dimensional threshold. You know that your physical body was created for just that lifetime, and that it is gone. Thus you don't have to drag it along for the ride. Along with any remnants it's left behind. Relief. It will be disposed of somehow. Perhaps some will create a ceremony around it, others will sit and cry over it, whilst some may deeply long for it, for you in person. Respect it for what it was, but it is no more. What you are left with, is your magnificent flame essence. Once you are comfortable with this as a spirit being by integrating the full amalgamation with your higher solar self as part of your monadic essence, you again enjoy creating and manipulating energy on a vast scale of infinite possibilities, even proportions. Again, you realize the simple miraculous formula of how energy can't be destroyed but only manipulated for transformation. Energy is energy. Everything is equal. We remind you of this whilst in embodiment. Be comfortable in your skin. Be present in this perfect beautiful life that you are creating for yourself. Embrace the new, craft and be creative, be the teacher by way of sharing, be the pupil by way of humility. Be the change. To enable yourself finding direction amongst the current chaos you need to flow towards that which gives you inspiration as excitement of any nature brings about hope. Working on yourself, thus shifting your frequency, gives you direction. The world has gone mad. Don't be part of it. Put on your light worker big boots and be the pillar of light that you are. You have the information, you have the teachings, share this with others, sharing is caring, you know that. Huge changes and planetary shifts are in progress, massive energetic changes are already part of the norm. What you are experiencing has never happened before in this way, in the history of this planet. Whilst the clearing and cleansing is underway, your planet is being blessed with untold pockets of light. Thus, although the dark undercurrent clings to its final desperation, with each heightened vibration inspiration and hope is bubbling up. Once this explodes, you may want to wear a mask for the right reason, not being caught up in the splash when the dirt explodes. We understand the trials when facing negativity and it seems that all is working against you, but the scales of judgment triumphs. Do your utmost to stay within the flow of least resistance, which is what following these teachings are all about. To be part of the new energy you must be of similar vibration, for like to attract like. Be bold, be loud without a speaker. Don't hide away in your light, you have nothing to fear. Bring your light out into the open, blossom, flower, and sparkle. Quick recharge and protection. Visualize a magnificent sparkling diamond energy floating just above your head. Visualize a brilliant ruby red energy in the area of the base, thus the crotch line, or for some their punch line. Why call it that? Until you let go of your obsession with it, it will keep punching you all over the place. Your base center is your biggest obstacle to get under your belt with your obsession for currency, unrestrained curiosity, and need to control power, money, sex. Now expand the ruby energy into the earth, connecting with the flow of the earth, through your feet, through your earth chakra, deep into the earth. Next, visualize the ruby energy extending upwards through your chakras, up through the top of your head further than the diamond energy as it becomes one with your torus field, creating a ruby torus field which is also anchored deep into the earth. For a moment visualize the diamond energy extend into your upper chakras and then beyond that into the cosmos. Let this frequency flow back down into your body, through all of your chakras, following the flow of the ruby torus, then through the base into the earth, just like the ruby. Visualize yourself feeling blissful in this state of being. The diamond is the frequency of the current and new era. Here it's supported by the most powerful grounding ruby energy, anchoring you firmly to Gaia. Float in this energy as long as you like. Affirm between the worlds of infinite possibility and present reality. I embrace the gifts that this brings. As with this energy, you are a divine spark connected to both the flow of the cosmos and the sanctuary of the earth, traversing between the two. Embrace the gifts gifted to you for you to match your vibration with that which you dream of, thus peace and prosperity. It is time to wake up, beloveds. Work with your gifts, practice with your tools, embrace Christ consciousness within and give thanks unto all. We will meet again to further explore the world of the new you. May the light of the living Christ be within you now and always, in all ways. I am Kuthumi, I am the Lord and the Master Kohan of the golden rays of love and wisdom, and I greet and I bless thee in love. Adonai.